Welcome back. This weekend, there have been media reports that actress-producer Anushka Sharma's home production, Phillauri, has been co-produced by cricketer boyfriend Virat Kohli, and that he's invested money in this film. Anushka strongly hit back at the media, saying that the media is disrespecting the hard work she's put in over the years to be where she is. She says the media must be finding it hard to believe that a woman can stand on her own feet. Here's a story. We're coming back for a debate on this.
We've made an honest film. अभी तो अगर लोगों को promos अच्छे लगेंगे, then they should please come and grace us and watch the film.
To all those who think that girls can't win it alone, Anushka Sharma has made it clear that she is more than capable of producing and promoting her films.
She gives clarity on how her new film and new project that she's coming out with, it's her own, production, or rather her own company that is backing. Not only that, adding on to that, it's Foxstar and it's not Virat Kohli or his alleged boyfriend. So somewhere she has come out telling that.
An angry Anushka came out in the open and refuted rumors of her alleged beau, Virat Kohli, funding her film Phillauri.
Surely we are with Anushka, and we all oppose the sexist mindset of the misogynistic man who feels that without Virat Kohli's support, Anushka cannot buy a flat, Anushka cannot make a movie. Anushka is an epitome of success. She's an epitome of self-made woman.
Anushka's letter has once again triggered a sexism debate.
लड़की जावे अपने पति के साथ जावे, अपने भाई के साथ जावे, अपने परिवार के साथ जावे, वो करे, लेकिन लड़की जाएगी वो सब अनमैरिड लड़के, यंगस्टर्स, लड़की और लड़के जाएंगे, तो लाम वाली चीजें होती हैं।
नहीं, उस पर क्या फर्क लगता है? उनसे ज्यादा तो बहुत सी सुंदर और भी महिलाएं, लड़कियां हैं जो स्टार कैंपेनर हैं।
While this is no surprise that misogyny and patriarchy are deeply ingrained in our society, with even politicians deriding women time and again, the times now call for an end to it. NewsX supports Anushka in her fight against this misogynist mindset. Bureau Report, NewsX.
This weekend, there have been media reports that actress-producer Anushka Sharma's home production, Phillauri, has been co-produced by cricketer boyfriend Virat Kohli, and that he's invested money in this film. Anushka has strongly hit back at the media, saying that the media is disrespecting the hard work she's put in over the years to be where she is. She says the media must be finding it hard to believe that a woman can stand on her own feet. Advaita Kala, writer, will be joining us shortly, but we have with us to begin with Karuna Nandi, senior lawyer, Dilip Cherian, founder Perfect Relations, and Rahul Ishwar, actor and activist. Karuna Nandi, let me begin with you. Anushka Sharma says the media is snatching her dignity and respect for her hard work, all because she's a woman. Do you believe that's true?
Well, of course, I think that when a woman is particularly successful in a field that of actresses say that is reserved for women, there's a particular kind of misogyny that she gets, right? But I think when it is a field that is open to anyone, when it's a field of real power, now that she's become a producer, right? And with it comes real power. Then there are sort of various attempts to take women like that down. Women who reach that position with more talent and with more hard work than the average person, than the average man, because there is a lot more work that it takes to get to reach the win, to win the win, right? If you're a woman, hard work than the average person, than the average man, because there is a lot more work that it takes to get to reach the win, to win the win, right? If you're a woman, because you deal with a bunch of this subtle and blatant sexism, you deal with sort of a lot of rubbish. And
there's a little bit of echo which is coming with your voice. There's a little bit of echo coming with your voice. So, I mean, let's try and fix that. Rahul Ishwar, Phillauri is Anushka Sharma's second production. The first production, NH10, was a huge success. Why should anybody question her credentials?
Nobody will question her credential. We are all great fans and we are all big admirers of Anushka Sharma.
Yes.
But this kind of victimism and over-touchiness, this hypersensitivity from celebrities and public figures is not very good. They are people who are in public domain. They should be respectful of the diversity of views, many people may have rumors, they may claim so many things. He need not be over touchy and hypersensitive regarding such things. Long before feminism and victimism, we had Rasia Sultana, Jhansi Rani, and to people like Indira Gandhi. We have always respected women in power, and we never had any ego issues with it. But some woman in the modern time has always used this victimism argument that they are being victimized because they are kind of up into their convenience. And in a industry like Bollywood, where
Karnanandi, why don't you respond over there to Rahul Ishwar? He's saying that, I mean, look at some of the other people who've made it to the top in films, and as I said, Priyanka lately. Priyanka Chopra, Deepika Padukone, PV Sindhu, Sakshi Malik, Mary Com, etc., etc. I mean, are people trying to pull them down? Karnanandi.
One thing I've noticed actually, I'm not going to address that point because, you'll always have sexist people who come out and sort of make their points. What I am going to say is this, is that, one thing I've noticed in the case of, say, PV Sindhu, and in the case of even some other women athletes, right, women sports people rather, is that there is always, you always see a related man who has supported the person in some way, who is given almost equal status in terms of the glory that the woman has achieved in terms of her achievement, right? Now, of course, it's true that whenever a person achieves something, it's never that one person only, although they may have been the major sort of driver of that achievement, and it's always a number of other people who are supporting them because, no woman is an island. But one sees in the case of women that whether it's the coach, whether it's a father, whether it's Amir Khan in Dangal, it's very frequently in the case of a woman's achievement, there is this rush to highlight the coach, or there's a rush to highlight the father or the other person, which I think is, sort of so problematic.
Dilip Cherian, why can't Anushka Sharma's film be credited to her? Why does everything have to be linked to her boyfriend, Virat Kohli? Dilip Cherian.
Who in this case had no connection with the film.
There's no getting away from the fact that we are deeply misogynistic. We are a deeply misogynistic society, and one that is extremely patriarchal. That there's no getting away from. I don't think anyone can prove it otherwise. I think the point we need to hear and focus on just now is that Anushka Sharma is moving from being a mere actress to being a producer.
Anushka
and
Sharma.
That is when the real power really begins to flow to them.
Yes.
Because then they decide who is going to, Anushka Sharma is going to be, acting in it, not acting in it, how is she going to distribute it, etc. Those issues where real money and real decisions matter. The second thing is that we have to also take into account that in Anushka's case, because she's romantically linked to somebody who has the capability to invest money in this, there is always this need to expose that there is someone else who is backing this, and it's
because
not all her doing.
He's reputedly the richest sports person in India today.
Women don't need to be prickly about, but women need to actually, they don't have to play the victim card each time. They just have to make sure that the world understands that it is their achievements and it is a standalone achievement. Not the family, not the father, not the brother, but it's something that she has done on her own. And I think very often what happens is that instead of clarifying that, they get into a situation where they're combating some other, demon, which exists. But I think that the factual position should be made clear by people in a very terse, simple, direct approach, and then get on with doing what they are.
Writer Advaita Kala is joining us. Advaita, I'm just going to come to you in half a minute.
And I think that's what we'd expect her to do.
Yeah, but before that, Rahul Ishwar, when Virat Kohli was going through a lean patch in the cricket field, they used to blame her, Anushka, for accompanying him and distracting him. But when he was in good form, nobody gave her credit for that.
See, people have different opinions, but can celebrities be over-touchy? And if I can point out in Bollywood jargon, the difference between feminism and womanism, that's the difference between Kahani 2 and Dangal. Dangal shows Indian womanism, family support, the girl not being an island, the girl being supported by father and coach. And Kahani too is the feminist, a middle-aged woman appearing out of nowhere and trying to child which is unrealistic.
All right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. We're having some problems with the audio. I'll try and fix that. Rahul Ishwar's audio. Okay. I'm going to change the narrative over here. And let me begin with Advaita Kala on this. Advaita, today, every time there's a big film, there's a controversy. Jolly LLB, Eh Dil Hai Mushkil, Rais, etc., etc. I'm also smelling a rat somewhere. Advaita.
I'm not sure. You know, I think it would be unfair to sort of dismiss very real concerns when it comes to the Hindi film industry and the kind of, biases that exist with relation to women. So I wouldn't want to necessarily place this in that category entirely and say that this is some sort of manufactured controversy to get more eyeballs for the film. I think what's happening, and I think that what she's doing is incredible.
No, I'll tell you what, Advaita. I'll tell you what. Let's look at it logically, okay? I mean, this account, I'm not making a judgment one way or the other. Okay, so we put out one narrative in the first half. Now let's look at the other side.
But let's hear what she has to say.
This could be on the ground that look. Let's say that Virat Kohli has put in money into Anushka's film. How does that devalue Anushka Sharma's work? After all, even when there's a home production of hers, some investors have to put in money. It can be Virat Kohli, it could be somebody else, it could be, how does that devalue her work? Why should she get touchy about it?
I think she's made it clear where she's got her funding from.
Yeah.
She's made it clear where she's got her funding from. And just remember, I mean, this has a long history to it. It isn't just about this particular film. We've seen active trolling, media commentary, every time when it comes to anything that has to do with him and her, and the fact that you want to constantly subsume her identity with his because he is a successful person in his own right. So this is a long-standing narrative. It's not this film alone. This is constantly done with her, and it's happening again here. So I think for her to stand up and to clarify and say that, look, this is where I got my funding from, here's who's producing it, more power to her. And I think what she's doing is incredible. I think young Bollywood, so to speak, and especially female Bollywood, should go out there. I've written a female-centric film, Kahani 1, and it was very difficult to get it greenlit. And it's very difficult to get films that are female-centric greenlit because producers don't often see them pay back on those. So when women actors are going out there and producing their own films, starring in them, I think it's something to celebrate, and it's something to empower them with, along with the commentary around it.
Okay, but let me put this point to the PR guru over here, Dilip Cherian. Dilip, what's the possibility Anushka Sharma's own public relations team fed the media the rumor that Virat Kohli invested in the film, and then Anushka Sharma became outraged, issued a strong statement against the media, and here we are talking about it. The film's public relations is on its way. How does it work, Dilip?
I think...
Could this be a manufactured controversy?
It's good technique. It's good technique. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But also understand, what you have to understand, Jijal, is that anything which occupies this kind of space between Bollywood and cricket is anyway, fair game for rumor mongering because both attract enough eyeballs and enough interest for people to speculate, for people to object, for people to take sides. And also, there's no better story than somebody denying something and then the hints continuing to, splutter in the background.
Dilip,
but I think
Dilip, if you were handling Anushka Sharma's
splutter in the background.
Dilip,
but I think
Dilip, if you were handling Anushka Sharma's account,
are a great and empowering...
Could this idea possibly have come into your head that a good way to get the film's PR going?
Always play the...
At Perfect Relations, whenever we handle a film's PR, we recognize that there is space for controversy. You have to choose what controversy you're going to get into, and usually to get a film publicized, it's better to have something to do with the actors. So I don't think that, getting the producer mired into some conspiracy theory about where the funding is coming from is going to be great publicity for the film. It may get the film talked about for a short while, it may attract a certain kind of eyeball, but that's not the kind of eyeballs which will translate into ticket sales at the counters, which is what matters to a film PR.
Yeah, but Karuna Nandi, I mean, look at it over here. You have Bollywood over here, you have cricket, you have the captain of the game in all three formats, you have the richest sportsman in India. I mean, who would not want to exploit this very heady cocktail?
Well, look, there's something I like about the story. It's like the classic hero's journey, right?
Yeah.
The hero does something important, comes across an important obstacle, overcomes it, and comes out shining, having slayed some demons. At the same time, I think to sort of think about this controversy, which she didn't invite, it's probably a lot of hard work to produce a film and to have got it going to the level that she has. And she's on the verge of releasing it, and to have to deal with, which to some extent is just a load of rubbish, right?
All right.
Just on top of all the other stuff that she's had to deal with, which is a lot of it is normal work. It seems to me, why would anyone bring that on,
All right, let's give the final.
I just want to say that, look, there is...
The final word to Advaita then.
I just looked at a study.
Yeah.
I just looked at a study where... Yeah, sure. Well, I just saw a study which says that when a woman and a man co-author a paper, right, you see the benefits in terms of references, etc., going to the man and not going to the woman, which is very interesting to me. So I think increasingly when we are ever looking at a woman, politician, lawyer, actor, producer, we must be very clear that we don't say, oh, she's very good at this, but this thing she's not very good at. I think this sort of discounting is something that our fellow professionals need to look at within themselves and to make sure that they are treating any professional the same way, with the same respect.
We've got just 20 seconds left. Advaita Kala, final thoughts, please.
I think more power to her. I think more female actors who have the means need to come out and make more female-centric films, not even necessarily female-centric films, but produce more films where we have more control over the content. We talk incessantly about the male gaze and how that influences content. A large reason for that is, of course, viewers are predominantly male, and so are people putting the money into films. So I think it's really important, if you want to see films change, if you want to see better content, representation of women, all of those kind of things, I think you need more women getting into producing, and I welcome it, I encourage it, and I look forward to working with more female producers.
All right. Anushka Sharma's second home production, Phillauri, is set for release. All the very best to her. Thank you very much to all our guests for joining us. Thank you for watching as well. Bye-bye.